Greetings, beloved light warriors. It's Saratoga, and this is your weekly focus card reading for the week beginning February 1st through February 7th, 2021. And if you're new to my channel, you should know this is something I do every Sunday so we can reset our focus and our energy for the coming week ahead. And then on Tuesdays and Fridays, I do my regular on-camera videos. Okay, let us get into this coming week, which is the beginning of a new month as well. So this card says, taking shelter, the answers are within. A very powerful message, a very direct message, and an extremely focused message that I think we all need to hear right now. Now, let's look at the image on this card for a moment. Obviously, as you can see, it's very cold, it's very snowy. And to me, that represents the fact that the world is really beginning to feel like a very cold, inhuman place. Our humanity, our sense of humanity with ourselves and with each other is really being disrupted by so many things, the lockdowns, the turmoils, the social distancing, everything going on. And there's a lot of people suffering. And the change on this planet has been so dramatic, so rapidly over the past year. And if you look at the trajectory, it's a little bit difficult to see where is this all going to end up, right? So as a result of that, there's a lot of fear in the environment. There's a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of emotional reactivity and confusion. So that's really what's going on in the outer world, and that's what kind of makes it feel not quite as warm and human and loving, because we human beings, at our essence, we are warm, loving, giving, connected beings. That's who we really are. So this is kind of foreign to us as who we are as just innately human. So that's why I say the world can feel very cold right now. It doesn't feel very loving. It doesn't feel very nurturing at all. So that's really when you look at the image of the snow and the cold in this card, it kind of represents that. So now looking at the lantern. The lantern is pointing towards the home. So that home can represent your inner home of your inner world, that inner sanctuary of light and peace and beauty and truth. But it can also represent your physical home as well. So there's a couple of things I want to suggest to you guys in terms of how to handle the situation that we're all in right now as it relates to the message on this card. So I'll talk about the physical home and I'll also talk about your inner home. But before I talk about that, I also want to mention that what I see happening with a lot of people is because everybody wants answers, right? We don't like this kind of turmoil, this kind of craziness, this kind of uncertainty. That's just not conducive to life in a beautiful way, right? So it's natural that in this climate of fear, anxiety, and uncertainty that we all want answers. We want some kind of answer to make us feel secure. That's what we're looking for, you guys, right? We really just want to feel secure. We want to feel centered. We want to feel a sense of peace. We want to feel like we know what is going on. We want to feel like we know, where is this all going? Where's this all going to lead? The problem, where we run into trouble is when we look at the answers outside of ourselves in the same environment where all this craziness is going on. In the same environment where people are very reactive. In the same environment where people are very confused. Okay? So I think it's interesting, in the distance you can see behind that house there are bare trees. It sort of symbolizes to me in this image that, yeah, there's no answers here, people. There's no answers out here. Look at these trees are bare. So what happens is we keep looking for answers on the level of information. Okay, we're always We have such a tendency to say, well, if I'm confused, if I'm anxious, if I don't know what's going on, I just need more information, right? And if I can just get the right information, that's going to settle down my emotions, that's going to settle down my energy, that's going to make me feel secure again, that's going to make me able to go forward in my life again. So when you have a whole lot of people all around the world doing the same thing, everybody's looking, everybody's struggling, everybody's trying, but everybody's looking for information, that information is going to be tossed around, it's going to be recycled, it's going to be reinterpreted, it's going to be all over the place. A lot of the information that's out there, you guys, was put into the mix before all this stuff happened. So what you're going to find is a lot of that information is you're going to start to feel like, you know what, that stuff isn't matching up with reality anymore. So what does that mean, right? So all of these things are very problematic when you need to, well, let me just stop for a moment and put it this way, in a simple way. You really need to know what am I looking for? What is it that I want? Okay, do I really want information, or do I just want to feel good? Okay, what we really want is we want to feel great. We don't want to just feel good, right? We want to feel fantastic. But we make an error in judgment when we say, in a sea of confusion and turmoil and negativity and fear, when we say somewhere in that sea of all that junk, there's information that if I acquire that information, I'm going to feel fantastic. I'm going to feel great. I'm going to feel like myself again. Okay? That's a long shot, you guys, honestly. Because information will not lead us to that beautiful experience that we are seeking. Information is just information. It goes in your head to be processed with what you already know. Okay? So it's a very much a mental activity. So then you get in a situation, well, this information didn't work, and let me try a new piece of information. Well, that didn't work, and let me try this one over here. Okay, do you guys kind of following what I'm saying? So all of that confusion and chaos and turmoil, the message in this card is saying, hey, you guys need to take shelter, because what you really want is you want to feel a sense of home, right? I love that picture, that little cabin or house or whatever. It looks so warm and cozy and welcoming. And yes, that's what we want to feel. We just want to feel like we're home, right? We want to feel that sense of comfort, that sense of relief, like, oh, finally I can relax. Finally, I can just let go. I can just feel good again. That's what we're looking for. So the card says the answers are within. Now, here's something you guys need to think about. Answers that come from within do not necessarily come as information. They actually come as pure knowing. And that's not something we're used to, because we're used to seeking information, and then we look within and we say, well, no information in there. What am I supposed to find in there? It doesn't work like that, you guys. It's a higher level of intelligence that comes from your heart, that comes from your inner being. It's transcendent of what we perceive as information. It's a higher level of knowledge than that. It's a more complete, more accurate level of knowledge. So if you really want to feel good, if you really want to feel like you can finally let go, you can finally relax, you can finally have clarity, you can finally feel centered and feel like yourself again, what you need to have that experience is within you. It's not out there in all the chaos. There are no answers out there in the chaos. Okay, the answer is within you. The answer to what you actually want, which is to feel like you're home, to feel that completion, that harmony, that peace, that beauty. That's what you want. So the answer for that experience is within you. Okay, I love this card because it's so perfect for right now. Now, let me also say something about, one other thing before I get to the house. The lantern and the light coming from the lantern. See, light illuminates. Light illuminates, I don't know how do I want to put this, like truth. It illuminates truth. It illuminates reality. It illuminates anything you need to know. The light that never, ever, ever goes out is the one inside of you, okay? The world outside of us is pretty dark right now, right? So it's going to be kind of hard to find a lot of light out there, but you have that light within you that nothing can extinguish. That light is always radiating. It's always warm. It's always full of love. It's the best place to be in such a cold world as this one is at the current time. So I hope that makes sense to you. Realize what you really want is not necessarily information, but it's an experience, okay? So now I want to talk about the house, because I really think there's a two-part message in here. That's about what I've said so far is about your inner world, but let's talk about home on a physical level. I think it would be very wise, if you can do this for yourself, to look at your home, your physical home, wherever that is, the place that you live in, and see if you can make that feel like more of a shelter. What can you do to improve your environment? What can you do to raise the vibration of your actual physical home? What can you do to give yourself a physical environment of some level of peace and serenity? Now, the reason I suggest that is because it's much easier to go within. It's much easier to experience that beautiful shelter inside of you if you can be surrounded in a physical environment that is conducive to that experience. And that's how you can look at your physical home, your house, your apartment, wherever you live, even if it's just a room. Okay, what can you do to raise the vibration of the physical space around you? Because you're going to find that the act of actually creating that in your home, the act of raising the vibration, whether it's clearing out clutter, whether maybe it's even redecorating, whether it's changing how everything looks, cleaning, clearing the energy, you know what it is because you know where you live, right? So whatever it is, the act of raising the vibration, bringing that physical space, those atoms and molecules, that energy of that space to a much higher frequency level, is going to raise your vibration just in the act of doing it. So it's really important to I want to say revere, because we are sacred beings. It's really important to revere who you are and revere the space that you live in as a support, as an energy support for you to be able to stay centered and go within and tune into that incredible knowledge and direct knowing of the beauty and the light and the love that you really are, because that's where you're going to find the comfort. So when the card says taking shelter, it means to take shelter from this crazy world that we're in right now, to take shelter from all of the fear, the confusion, the anxiety, all that stuff. Okay? So I think this is a very simple message. It's a very powerful message. As I said, it's very direct, and I think it is very, very much needed. If you guys do this, you will be amazed at how much better you're going to feel. You're going to feel so much better, you guys. I'm telling you, you're not going to be in a state of anxiety and fear, because all that junk is going to be, it's going to feel like it's faded, like it's more of a faded reality. And your strong reality is going to be that peace, that strength, that inner light, that light that can never, ever be extinguished. Spend time with that light, you guys. Spend some time with it. It will free you. It will transmute anything that's causing you pain. It's so worth the effort. So that is a wonderful place for your effort to be, instead of frantically searching for answers, or I should say frantically searching for information in the outer world of chaos and confusion and all the treachery that's going on. Okay, see how simple that is? Isn't that just awesome? Okay, so I think that's it for this week, and I'm sending you all so much love and light and peace and just wonderfulness overall. I hope you have a beautiful week, a beautiful month ahead in the new month of February, and I so look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Namaste, everyone.